Okay, here we go. Puzzles on chess.com. I'm going to minimize chat. Here we go. Okay, black to move. So I am up a crap load of material? No, I've got no queen. Okay, I got no queen. So we have a rook and a knight for a queen and a pawn. So rook and knight for queen. So we're down a bit of material. This could be pretty complicated, this type of position. Yeah, in fact, it does look complicated. Okay, where to begin looking? There's no immediate threats from white that I can see. Nothing dramatic. Our rook position is somewhat interesting. I was just quickly looking at bishop e3, f takes, and something like this, but I just was quickly looking at ideas like that. But yeah, something about our rook position. It feels like our rook can get into the game. Possibly also his queen could get trapped. So let me actually look at the queen trapping idea first. a6, let's say queen b6. Okay, what if I took the bishop first and then a6? And then queen b6. Oh, we can't go here because of his knight. If we go here, that doesn't quite trap it, but it's okay. It looks like he's always got some escape routes there. Yeah, in fact, he might just go immediately to queen b3. Although then I have knight a5. a6. Yeah, a6, queen b3, knight a5. Although bishop takes e6, I'm not sure about that. a6, queen b3, knight a5, bishop e6. Bishop takes e6, knight takes b3. Bishop takes, yeah, this is not good for me. Bishop takes e7, king takes d7, a takes b3. At the end of that, I have a rook and 3 minors against a rook and 2 minors. So that would be, okay, let me look again. a6, queen b3, knight a5, bishop e6, knight b3. Yeah, bishop takes d7, king takes d7, a takes b3. Wait, no, my knight is gone. So that would be equal. I'd actually be down a pawn there. a6, queen b3, knight a5, bishop e6. Yeah, knight takes b3, bishop d7, king d7, ab. Okay, so after queen b3, is there anything else I could do? Because I hope I don't refute a6 just because that one line I looked at. Like, I mean, I hope I'm not missing anything there because there's so many other lines to look at too. But yeah, I mean, I looked at it. I don't see how, unless it's something before knight a5. But yeah, I don't see that. That just doesn't seem to be working. Knight b3, take. So it might not be a6 unless there's something instead of knight a5 there. I don't think there is. But I still feel like his queen might be able to get trapped. What about knight d6? would I still run into similar issues? No, because if I can take the queen on b5, my knight won't get recaptured. So this is interesting. Knight d6. So again, just to follow the idea, if bishop takes e6, knight b5, take, my knight survives, and I'm up a minor piece. So he can't take on e6. He will need to move the queen. He only has 2 squares that I can think of. Is there a way to... Okay, there we go. There's a4 and there's b3. That's not true. There's also h5. But then his bishop hangs. So if he goes to h5, I just take on c4. And I don't see a good follow-up for white. So he needs to... So I think h5 is out. If queen a4, I might just have the fork on b5. Actually, no. Oh my god, am I just totally overthinking this? Yeah, it's the same idea as knight a5 because I'm hitting the bishop. So, oh my god, I should have. This shouldn't have taken me so long. I should have seen this like immediately. Knight d6. Yeah, I think it's going to be knight d6, and this doesn't work because we're up a piece. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's knight d6. His queen doesn't matter where it goes, unless he attacks me somehow. But wherever he goes, I just take here. I think that's a solution. I don't see a good reply, or I think I'm just going to play knight d6. Just quickly looking if I'm missing anything. Yeah, but I don't think I am. So probably the computer will end up taking on e6 and doing this trade. But again, I'll be up a bishop at the end of that for a pawn. So yeah, I'm going to play it because I don't see what I'm missing. So yeah, so he does go for this, and I will take, and yeah, cool. Going to open up chat. Yeah, got 5 points. That's a new personal best for me. It was actually pretty easy, but I spent so much time looking at the a6 line. Thanks for the follow, Snail Drinks. Yeah, it's kind of annoying when you look at something and then it just... Because I spent a lot of time, probably 5 minutes or so on a6. And then queen b3 seemed to be a refutation. So then I looked elsewhere, and yeah, I saw knight d6. So if you had seen this puzzle and the very first thing you notice is knight d6, well, it's a very simple thing. You probably calculate the whole puzzle in about 2 minutes or less. But I just unfortunately looked at the incorrect line first. But it still counts. So 3127 is my new personal best on chess.com puzzles. Not sure if I want to play another one, if I should do another one or peaks it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do another one. Okay. Hopefully I don't regret this. I'm going to do another one back to back. Okay, so I'm going to minimize chat and go for another personal best here. Here we go. White to move. Wow, very lonesome king on g8. This almost looks like a mate in 2 or 3, right? So queen g2, check. Are they giving us a simple one for some reason? I don't see any ways for black to interpose. So the king must move. He can't go to h7. Let me highlight the squares. Can't go h7, can't go h8. So there's only 2 squares to look at. So let's look at king f7 first. I don't know why they're giving me this puzzle. Can he escape? Maybe he can. So then we go queen g7. Okay, I'd rather do it without arrows, but hopefully you can follow along. So queen g2, king f7, queen g7, king e8, knight f6. Sorry. Let me do it again. Queen g2, king f7, queen g7, king e8, knight f6, check, king, he's escaping there, king d8, It's possible queen g2 isn't the first move and it's actually knight f6. But I gotta keep following the queen g2 line. Okay, let's start it. Sorry, so queen g2, king f7, queen g7. I'm assuming a lot of moves there. But my knight can't really help or give any checks there, and my bishop can't either. So yeah, queen g2, king f7, queen g7. I should try to just lock that position in my mind because that seems like it has to be the start. The only other thing is if he goes king f8 first. I'm not sure if that would make a difference or not. But anyways, so that first tabia, I'm going to try to lock into my head the position. Yeah, but I think both king f7 and king f8 transposed. I don't think it matters. So I should actually lock the other position in my head. King g2, queen f7, king g7. Check, and then king e8. Yeah, so here I think I don't give a knight check actually. Then I go, maybe, what if I give another queen check and put him on e7? Does that make a difference? So then I go queen g8, king e7. How does that help? Because then I can go queen g5 check. And then my knight can give a check. Ooh, queen g5 check. And if king e8, then I can, let's say, I don't know if I'm going to go knight f6 or knight g7. Knight g7 check. Okay, ooh, this is getting deep. But yeah, knight g7 check, king f8. Then I have, ooh, this is getting hard to calculate. Queen f6 check, king g8. Uh-oh, I'm going to run out of a check there. I ran out of checks there. Okay, so I might have to put on f6. Let me do that again. Queen g2, king f7, queen g7, king e8, queen g8 check, king e7, queen g5 check, king e8. This time I'm going to go, so his king's on e8, my queen's on g5. This time I'm going to go knight f6 check. If he goes back to d8, then I have a discovery. Then I have knight takes d5 and it's mate next move. Boom. So he can't go there. So I'm liking knight f6 so far. So let's just look at the position in knight f6 again, which is hard. So knight f6 check. So his king's on e8, my knight's on f6, my queen's on g5. Just once again, to rule it out for sure, if king d8, knight d5 is mate in 2. Guaranteed. Okay, cool. So my knight's on f6. His king is on e8. So he has two. He's got two other moves here now. Because my queen's on g5. So he can either go to f7 or f8. If he goes queen f8, or sorry, if he goes king f8, I have queen g8, but then he can take. Oh, that's not. Okay. Ooh, I'm so close. I'm so close. So king f. If he goes king f8, and I'm not talking about in this position. I'm talking about like 4 moves from now. So if he goes king f8, then knight h7 check. I don't know about that. Maybe knight h7 check. Oh, shoot, I'm so this, be funny if it's just like b4. You know, b4 first, and then we go after the king. That would be sad, but he can just take on b4. No, he can't even. I hope it's not b4. That would be terrible. I gotta look for the forcing move again. So queen g, yeah. So queen g2, king f7, queen g7, king e8. Yeah, it's possible it's not that one line I looked at where I go. So let me just do that whole line again. Queen g2, king f7, queen g7, king e8, queen g8, king e7, queen g5. Yeah, queen g5. Oh, I already forgot. Okay, I'm going to be silent for a little bit, so bear with me here. Yeah, so if I go knight f6 check. King g8, queen g5. Wait, what? This is terrible. What's going on in my brain? My visualization is not working here. Oh yeah, so he's after king. Okay, sorry. So after king e8, then I give the knight f6 check. And then if king d8, queen g5, no. Queen g5. Oh, I wonder if I missed, if I was visualized it wrong earlier. So queen g2, king f8, queen g7, king e8, and then queen g8, king e7. Queen g5 check. Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's how I do it. So queen g5 check, and then if king d8, then knight f6, and then he can't go. Yeah. Okay. So that's right. Yeah. So I think that that was the most enterprising line I saw. So yeah. So after queen g7, king e8, knight f6 check. No, wait, what? Oh my god, not again. Queen g2, king f7, queen g7, king e8. Yeah, queen g8, king e7, queen g5, king e8, knight f6. There you go. There you go. Yeah, knight f6. Okay, so that's position again. Okay, so that's how we get there. But then I don't know the continuation after king f8. And I didn't even look at king f7 yet, but king f8. I mean, mean, I could give a queen check on h6. I don't see how that would help. That's why you would think it would be a knight check. Or else I can go queen g8 again, but I've already looked at that, right? Queen g8 just seems pointless because he goes to e7. I wonder if I could pick up the rook on a8. So what if I go queen g2? What if I make it simpler? So queen g2, we get all this, right? But this time I go knight f6 right away. And then I take on d7. Assuming he doesn't like do some weird pin or something to me. He takes and then I just go queen h8. That would pick up the rook on a8. That might be it, which is lame. Then I'll be up the exchange. Oh wait, no wait. What would I be up? Yeah, would I? Yeah, I'd be up the exchange. Yeah, because this is forced. Like, this is forced. Knight f6. We do this, and then I take the bishop. Right, takes and then. Oh wait. Then he has queen e8. Might not work. Whoops. Yeah, queen g. So there's just bing bang boom bang. Knight f6, king d8. Yeah, take. He can play. Yeah, he can do that. Although I might go queen, because then his knight will be hanging. I could then go queen f8. He can't block with a queen because then I take his knight on d6. That might be the solution, which I'm unhappy about because I looked at all those other lines for so long. But yeah, so queen g2, king f7, queen g7, king e8, all forced. Knight f6 check, king d8, all forced. Knight takes d6. And I don't think he can put the queen here because I can give a check, I think, and then another check, and then I skip. I'm not calculating that. I'm going to be slightly lazy on that end, but I feel like I can give him checks and then retreat the knight. Yes, if he takes with a queen, then I go queen f8 check. And if king c7, I take the rook on a8. Hopefully I don't get trapped. I don't think I do, though. This almost, bishop c6 almost looks like I'm trapped, but I don't think I am. And if he blocks with a queen, then I go queen takes d6. I'm going to go with that. Oh! Damn, so maybe it was one of my original lines. That hurts. I'm going to open up chat. Oh, nobody said anything. That hurt. Whoops. Clicked on some ad. Oh, man, that sucks. Okay. So maybe it was one of my original lines. So will it let me try again here? No? Okay, well, what's the solution? I'm curious. Okay, keep going. Queen h8. Why would that matter? Hang on. Oh. Why? I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Queen h8. And it ends there because it's mate next to. How did I miss that? Did you see that? Anybody in the stream? Wow. Why did I not consider that? I guess I just thought like any check is the same here, but that's not true. It's almost like triangulation with the queen. Wow. That's something I should be aware of. I kind of like that. It's because, yeah, it's kind of a triangulation of the queen. Queen h8, and we stay on this diagonal and give check, and then it's just mate. I like that puzzle. It was a lot easier than I made it out to be. I kept looking at queen g8 or knight f6. Why did I not look at the other forcing move? Yeah, wow. I like that one. So -4 points on that because I got the first few moves right, so they were easy on me. I'm going to do another one because I want to make up those 4 points that I lost. So I'm going to minimize chat and do another one. Just make sure it's loaded. Okay. White to move. So my goal here is to gain at least 4 points. So white to move, again, a lonesome black king. Let's look at the forcing. Well, first of all, let's look at material. So we're down a rook and a pawn. We're down a rook and a pawn. Okay, well, let's look at queen a6. King b8 appears to be forced. And that kind of ends that. Like I could take the bishop on a2, but would they really make it that simple? And I would still be down the exchange. And then he's going to take my pawn on d6. So very unlikely that that is what the solution is. And yeah, I think this is not the right area to look at. But you can't help but look at it for a little bit. Maybe we can... Ooh, what if we go after a7 instead of the bishop? Oh, wait, never mind. His king would go to b8. But what if I then just play bishop e3? So check and then just bishop e3. I think he only has one move to deal with that. That's not true. He has a check too on d1, but that might not really help. So let's look at this. Oh, sorry. So let's look at that. Yeah, bishop e3. And if he goes queen d1, well, we might have time just to go. Yeah, we can go to h2. And he is in a pickle. If c5, I think I just go bishop takes c5, and he's still in a pickle. That might be the solution. Queen a6, king b8, bishop e3, threaten to mate in 1. Queen d1, king h2. How does he stop mate? Right? c5 just delays the inevitable. Bishop takes c5. Looks good to me. I like that. So the only other line I have to verify is after queen a6, king b8, bishop e3 is c5 right away. I think that's the only other line that I need to verify. Yeah, so c5 right away. Same deal though. Same dealio. At least I think it is. Actually, but then I might even just have queen b5 there. But even without queen b5, I might just go bishop c5. Oh wait, no, his queen is there. So okay, so this is the better, but I think I have queen b5 there. So yeah, so queen a5, king b8. Who do we appreciate? Bishop e3, c5, and then I think queen b5. Queen b5 check. He can block with the queen, but then it's going to be mate on e8. And then if king a8, yeah, same thing. Check. And then king b8, and I should be safe enough. I think I'm going to play that. His queen is around here to annoy me, but I think I can hold that. So I'm going to play that. And before I make the final move on e8, just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, I'm just going to take here. Okay, nice. I'm going to open up chat. So that one was smooth sailing compared to the previous. Gained back my 5 points. Oh, wait. No, but I didn't lose 5 points on the previous one, right? How many did I lose? 4? How come it's not showing me? Yeah, 4. So I gained an extra point. So I beat my new personal best by another point. I like that. Okay. Yeah, so my second new personal best for today, well, of all time, but tonight, of 31.28 on chess.com puzzles. So this one went a lot better than the previous one. Even though I spent like 24 minutes or something on the previous puzzle and I got it wrong, there's a lot to be learned from that one. The queen h8, yeah, the queen h8, and then back to f6. Totally should have considered that. So this one and this puzzle was, but pretty straightforward. Just threaten a mate in 1 here, which is easier to calculate. Black only has a couple responses, and that's the solution. So I'm going to end it there on a high note. So 2 new personal bests tonight, 31.28. Pretty happy with that. I am going to peak sit here for a little bit. Yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy. See you next time.